We're not saying that. We only interrogated the bill, invite witnesses, opposition people who are given to us, and we put our recommendations to this very august assembly to take a final decision. That's all what we are calling for. As some speakers also said, yes, there is work for the committee, even other than really making their own regulations at this level. And secondly, the reasons that were advanced are very clear. That is overload, lack of expertise, and things like that. But one final recommendation that I will agree with is that the standing order committee would need, there is a need for that committee to look at our standing order, particularly with reference to section 8, so that an amendment can be done, work can go easily. Honorable Speaker, on this note, I want to thank everybody that have contributed, and even those who listen carefully to the recommendations and concur with us. And I also want to thank those who disagree with our position, because you cannot have it all your way. On this note, I thank everybody, and I wish to submit and call for the support of the Assembly to approve these recommendations and report.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman of Human Rights Committee. May I now put the question? Be it resolved that this Honorable Assembly do adopt the report of the Standing Committee on Human Rights and Constitutional Matters on the Interpretation Amendment Bill 2024. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Once again, let me thank the chairman of the Human Rights Committee, Human Rights and Constitutional Matters Committee, and his entire committee members, and all honorable members who participated in the debate, and those who share the same view, probably, that's why they did not speak. Thank you very much. But before we proceed, just to emphasize what the chairman said, chairperson, because now I'm sorry, it's no more chairman. Chairperson. So, I want to appeal to both sides of Parliament, so that because of the situation we find ourselves by adopting this report, why don't we mandate the Standing Orders Committee to look into this matter and make a specific recommendation to Parliament as regards how to make it relevant, or there may not be any more relevance. Because we cannot continue this way with what is in the standing orders. Yes?
Yeah, I think it's important, which means the President has to decide. It's the supreme decision-making body of the Parliament. So it could be by a motion that we now move a motion to allow the Standing Order Committee to look and review the terms of reference of the Standing Order Committee, either to beef it up or otherwise to go do away with it. But I think you are right, you are very right. Now that we find ourselves in a very catchy situation now, it's important that the plenary decides and give a mandate to the Standing Order Committee.
For it to be mandatory on the committee, we want to move a motion, so that you will move a motion and second it, asking that the Standing Orders Committee look at this particular issue and make the relevant recommendations to the plenary for acceptance or otherwise.
It's a good position to. Would you, Chairman? Anyway, I rise to move a motion for the plenary to give blessing to the Standing other committee to review the terms of reference of the subsidiary legislative committee and report back to Parliament.
Any seconder? Honorable Member for Woodley East.
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise to second the motion. Thank you.
Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that we authorize the Standing Orders Committee to review the terms and reference of the Subsidiary Legislation Committee and report back to Parliament. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Very much. Clerk, may we proceed?
Laying of papers and reports. Report of the Standing Committee on Human Affairs, report of the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs oversight visit to the Gambia mission in Bissau, April 2024.
Thank you. May I now invite the chairperson of the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs to table his report. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. I rise to table the motion on report on Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs visit to Gambian Embassy mission to Bissau. Honorable Speaker, let me quickly beg the indulgence of the members of the August Assembly to really allow us to make more detailed presentation. I know you'll be wanting us to summarize, but there are key information that you really need to know, and I will take my time to do that accordingly. Honorable Speaker, I rise to table the report of the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs visit to Gambia's mission in Bissau from 24th to 27th of April 2024. The visit was followed series of engagement with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, international cooperation and Gambians abroad on the operations of Gambians' foreign missions, especially on curbing and increasing charges on rents of our mission, for our missions. This report contained the committee's findings on the status of Embassy's Chancery building projects, which commenced in 2011. This Chancery building at a tune of 125,322,887.30 francs CFA was envisaged to house both the embassy and serve as resident for the ambassador. However, as revealed in the report, the building could not enter. Either could be completed on schedule or built using the appropriate materials. Furthermore, the committee used this maiden opportunity to gauge the operations and challenges of the Gambia's foreign mission using the Bissau mission as a case study. The committee further interacted with Gambian expatriates in the West African country to provide them with the opportunity to channel their concerns to elected representatives. Honorable Speaker, the committee encountered numerous challenges in the production of these reports, such as insufficient data on the acquisition of the land and signing of the Chancery building project, difficulty in meeting project contractor, consultants, engineers, and supervisors, among other things. Thus, the committee is grateful to the Office of the Honorable Speaker and the Clerk of the National Assembly in providing logistical and technical support. I wish to express my appreciation to the honorable members of the committee secretariat, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs through the Ambassador of the Gambia to Guinea-Bissau, Her Excellency Ami Fabre, and her staff, and all other stakeholders, especially the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, who contributed in one way or the other towards the success of this visit and subsequently preparation and production of this report. On behalf of the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs and pursuant to Standing Orders of the National Assembly, it is my pleasant privilege and honor to present the August Assembly the report of the committee on its visits to Guinea-Bissau. Honorable Speaker, on page 3, the Gambia and Guinea-Bissau have a generally cordial relationship influenced by geographical proximity and shared cultural heritage, political and economic ties. Therefore, the exchange of diplomatic relations is crucial and to further these relations. That said, the government of the Republic of Guinea-Bissau offered a plot of land to the government of the Republic of the Gambia in a Bairro de Enterramento en Bissau, measuring 63 meters by 90 meters in dimension, and an area of 5,740 square meters combined. The idea to construct a chancery building of the Embassy of the Gambia in Bissau was conceived since 2008 in a reciprocal agreement signed by the two countries. The first phase was for construction of the perimeter fence, a guard room, a septic tank, done from 2010 to 2011. The second phase entails the construction of a single-story building for the Chancery, providing offices for the ambassador, home-based staff and locally recruited support staff, a conference room and a VIP meeting room for the ambassador. The third phase of the project will consist of proposed construction of the embassy staff accommodation. From this agreement, as the committee understand, both the contractor and the consultant must be a Bissau Guineans. Ultimately, construction company was hired as a contractor, and Fernando Joy Rocha was hired as a consultant at a cost of 125,322,887.30 francs CFA, which equivalent to $11 million if you convert that time. The project was said to be completed in 2016, even though there are no official records to indicate that. However, since then, the building was not being occupied by the mission, as there are numerous visible defects, such as crack on the wall, leaking roof, incompleted sewage system, as well as the transversal beams used to construct the building were too weak and inadequate. Some of the beams were overloaded, insufficient maintenance, and ceiling have been damaged by termites. These structural defects make the building unsafe for occupation. It is also worth noting that adequate monitoring and inspection by technical experts from the Gambia was not conducted to ascertain the level and the quality of work construction periodically. In fact, throughout the construction period, there was only one technical team that visited the project site to inspect the ongoing works. This report also contained the committee's engagement with the officials of the Gambian missions and Gambian expatriates in Bissau. While some success have been registered by the mission, especially on the digitalization of payment system, there remain some challenges such as small office space, limited budgetary allocation, absence of data on number of Gambians living in Bissau, and other operational challenges. Honorable Speaker, I will move to the objectives of the talk. The main objective for this conducting this oversight visit are: 1, to gather first-hand information ranging from the testimonies received by officials of the embassy, receives and review documents related to the Chancery Building project. 2, assess the challenges, strategic plan, and achievement of the embassy. 3, use the embassy as a case study to understand the day-to-day operation of the Gambians foreign missions. And 4, to meet the Gambian community in Bissau to hear from them on their situation, as well as to understand the challenges they are encountering in the country. Honorable Speaker, we deploy some methodologies. The methodology we deploy is, in gathering evidence, the committee used various methods, such as receive and analyzing documents related to the construction of the Chancery building and management and operation of the embassy, conduct a study tour to facilitate in the embassy and project sites. Furthermore, the committee received testimonies from various witnesses to substantially add value to the committee's probes into the Chancery building project, as well as diplomat and technical staff of the mission on the operation of the embassy. The committee also reviewed various reports by technical inspection team from the Gambia. Challenges encountered in the production of report. During this visit, during the visit and the course of the investigation, the committee encounters the following bottleneck. One, the committee could not meet the contractor himself, consultants, or supervisor, despite a lot of effort conducted during the visit. It was observed that the official's address or contact details of the contractor was changed, making it difficult to be in the contact with them. Two, additionally, some of these witnesses who served at the embassy during the process of acquiring the land and awarding of the contract could not provide further information on relevant matters. Of course, the mandate is known, provides to Section 97 of Standing Orders and 88 gave us the mandate. Honorable Speaker, on page 6, this is a list of our delegation as detailed. Myself, Honorable Tunkara, Honorable Seni Jawara, Honorable Mani Sise, Honorable Sulaiman Saho, Honorable Maman Sise, Honorable Alaji Babu Sise, Honorable Lame Ijesani, Honorable Musa Cham, Mustam Tamti Cham, Honorable Clark Faduketa, Clark Momodu M.A. Mba, and Fatmada Sisaho, and Ibrahim Ba, Afad Molifa as driver colleague. Honorable Speaker, let's look at the key findings now, on page 7. Chancery project of the embassy. These are the detail of the contracts. That the Chancery building is the name of the project. Contract number 2002/2011. Location is Barro de Entramento and Bissau. Contractor so and so company. Inspectors, Alma Mater Company Limited Bissau, and consultant Fernando Joe Rocha, Fino Brandao, a civil and industrial construction engineering. The date of contract signing was 11 February 2011. Signatories to the contract, His Excellency Mas Axigay, Ambassador then of Gambia to Bissau, and Mr. Abdullahi So for the So and So Civil Engineering and Construction Company. A contract sum of 125,322,887.30 CFA. Payment plan, as enshrined in the contract. The payment plan was structured as follows. 1. The whole sum was the exact amount as I mentioned. The first payment plan was 62,661,443.65 francs CFA, which represents or corresponds to 50% of the price unit as agreed. And B, the remaining of 50% should be paid within 2 installations. 1, 25% amounting to 31,330,721.83 francs CFA to be paid after realization of 50% work done. And the last is the balance payment, 25%, which is 31,330,721.83 francs CFA at the completion of the work. Construction plan. The construction plan was designed in 3 phases. Phase 1, construction of the perimeter fence wall, a guard room, and a septic tank from 2010 to 2011. Phase 2, construction of 1-story Chancery building from 2012 to 2016. These were all comprised of offices, of the ambassador, deputy head of mission, finance attaché, first secretary, personal assistant, secretary, conference room, and a small VIP conference for the ambassador. The ground floor shall consist of offices for protocol, support staff, a big conference hall, and a receptional area. And phase 3, future construction of accommodation of the embassy staff, excluding the ambassador. Honorable Speaker, we had some, first inspection of the mission. After a series of requests by Ambassador His Excellency Abdul Jaju for experts from the government of the Gambia to visit Bissau to inspect the project, a mission was sent from the 26th to 30th of March 2014. This team included 1. Mrs. Naomi A. Williams, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs. 2. Mr. Malang Jame, Director of Technical Services, Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure. 3. Mr. Bala MCC, Engineer, Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure. These 3 people plus officers of the embassy, namely His Excellency Ambassador Abdul Jaju, Deputy Ambassador Mr. Ansumana S. Krubale, and the First Secretary Lamin Nyasi, signed a memorandum of understanding with the contractor, so-and-so company, represented by Mr. Abdullah So, manager, on the 28th of March 2014. They agreed on the following terms and conditions. 1. That the contractor must complete the construction of the Chancery project within 45 days, on or before 15 May 2014. 2. Submit a work program and reflects the critical parts of the project within the schedule. 3. Reinforce the workforce to enable the timely completion of the project. And 4. To provide all materials on site for the project execution: cement, tile, paint, ceiling, door, windows, and railings.
Honorable Speaker, observation. Yes. Yes, majority. I have a second. Yes, just a quick one.
Honorable majority, if you are allowing him, just take a seat.
Just a quick one.
If you are not allowing him, then you continue.
Yes, you can also.
Yes, we are worried. What he's reading, we don't have it. So it seems as if we are not part of this assembly. So we don't know. No, it's not. We don't have it. We are not allowed to use gadgets in this assembly. So we are without phones. We don't know. We don't have the report. Exactly. Yeah.
No, you are going to have a copy now.
All right. It's all right. Members, do you have copies of the report? Honorable members, there are some who don't have copies. Who are those who don't have copies of the report? Hey, how many of them? Alpana? Now, it should have been distributed at least yesterday for members to get access and look at it. Now, if that is not done and there are still members who don't have the report, we are not fair to them. Every member should have the report with him, or if no member has it, and then we agree to continue, that's fine.
Yes.
Yes, Honorable. Is it Sami?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the... Honorable Speaker, looking at this report is too lengthy, and it's just right now. This report is given to members, just right now, as I am speaking. The first report was given to us. So we will not be able to do justice even on this, because just right now.
That's why the honorable member is reading it. He is reading through it for you to understand what is contained in the report. My problem is if you don't have the report. And those who don't have the report, it is only when they will agree for us to continue that we will continue. Otherwise, all of them should have the report, or we do something else.
Yes, I want to, on behalf of the committee, I want to sincerely apologize for that. And like you rightly said, that is why I'm taking my time to really expatiate on the report. But as we speak now, we have more than enough coming right now. Please, please. Yeah. So as we, yes, as we speak, we have some technical issues downstairs, but I just contact my clerk now. He has more than 20 extra copies to bring right now, and we also send the soft copy version in the group page. However, members can choose to look at the soft copy, or they will serve with the hard copy. But they are bringing more than enough right now to chambers. We have only 4 members, who, in fact 3 members, who doesn't have the report now, as we speak.
Honorable members, how many members don't have copies? Can you raise your tax, please? How many don't have copies? Huh? We have 10 members. Honorable, we have 10 members who claim not to have copies. And the practice is I told you I will start your consequences so that your people know what you do in Parliament. I told you I will not relent on that. Next time, please. Yes, Honorable.
Honorable Speaker, I am suggesting that we suspend for 10 minutes. Then if all the members get the report, then we continue.
Yeah, that was trying to know, honorable members who don't have the report. Would you be patient for us to continue while you listen, or you want to get the report first before we continue? You will be patient. Okay, if you will be patient, then we can continue.
Honorable Speaker, let me thank the members for that understanding. That is why I'm really going in detail to expatiate on the report. Like I said, they agreed on page 8 on these terms. 1, that the contractor must complete the construction.
You read that?
The contractor must...
Honorable, you stopped at both parties.
Yes, there are the first inspection mission on page 8, where 3 officials from the Gambia.
You read all that?
Yes.
And then you went up to the contract, what they have agreed.
Yes.
Then after the number 4, they are both parties, is where you must continue from.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Both parties agree that only delays acceptable on either side shall be force majeure, that is, the acts of Allah and natural calamities. The memorandum further made provision for possible termination of the contract that 1, the contractor shall entitled to terminate the contract by notice in writing to the client if the client is in breach of its obligation and fails to remedy such breach within 1 week of receipt of notice. The contractor shall be entitled to claim any sum due and outstanding plus damages for any costs and expenses incurred at the date of termination. The employer shall terminate the contract if, when the contractor failed to perform the service satisfactory and in accordance with the memorandum of understanding. Requirements within the durations of the contract during the supervision inspection, visit by the technical team, and shall therefore subcontract the services to any individual entitled that can complete the work satisfactorily. Finally, the memorandum stated provision for further action that the inspection team will be coming frequently prior to the expiration of the 45 days to assess the situation and the way forward. Delay in completion of the work. Despite the signing of the memorandum, it has been observed that the completion of the work has substantially been delayed by the contractor. Various correspondents have revealed that the contractor lacked sufficient personnel and or commitment to implement the project within the agreed time frame. A letter dated 28th April 2015, addressed to the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs, from the Ambassador, His Excellency Abdul Jaju, informed the Ministry of the contractor's failure to complete the work despite 11-month delay. Another letter indicated that the embassy made several attempts to ensure the contractor complete the work. Some of these attempts include engagements with the National Assembly of Guinea-Bissau as the manager of the contractor company who signed the MOU, and the contractor was also a member of the assembly, therefore enjoying immunity. Another correspondence dated 21st September 2015, addressed to the contractor from His Excellency Ambassador Jaju, urged the contractor to complete the project as promised, and that the government of Gambia is duly requested to take serious and necessary steps in finding a final solution to this problem. However, it has been observed that since the first visit of the team, no further inspection team visited Bissau to monitor the progress of the work until 2019. Second inspection team. Another team of experts from the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, visited Bissau from 18th to 25th of April 2019. The further inspection and evaluate the condition of the existing new Chancery building. The mission, who were received by His Excellency Ali K. Jammeh, Ambassador of the Gambia to Bissau at the time, comprised of the following experts. 1. Mr. Malang Jammeh, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure. 2. Mr. Ibrahim A. Colley, Senior Works Superintendent, Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure. And finally, Mr. Umi Kulsum Cham, Principal Assistant Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Observation: that the long period of non-occupancy of the said building complex and the continuous closure of the doors and window sides since its completion has resulted to the non-ventilation and air circulation within the building. These caused damages on the building. 2, that there are some leakages on the roof of the building which cause some minor defects on the suspended and integrated roofing ceilings. The roofing need to be changed. 3, there is a need to repair some minor cracks on some spots of the plastering, the wall of the building on both external and inter-wall units. 4, that the sanitary fittings of some toilets, wherever necessary within the Chancery building, need to be improved. 5, the lighting system within the building and the building yard complex need to be improved. 6, that both hard and soft landscape within the yard of the complex should be improved with a proper drainage system. And 7, a borehole need to be provided for water domestic services within the Chancery yard complex and to maintain the vegetative soft landscaping. 8, the electricity has to be connected to the building from the national electricity grid of Guinea-Bissau, and a backup source of electricity power need to be instituted in the event a normal power failure, preferably a solar system, which is more environmentally friendly and cost-effective to maintain. And 9, there is an urgent need for the provision of the furniture to the building to enhance a better and effective working environment for the embassy staff. And 10, finally, to enter and the entire house furnitures inherited by the new ambassador are in a very bad and dilapidated conditions, which needs on urgent attention. The third inspection team, with the condition of the building still not occupied, and getting more deteriorated, a request was made by the Minister of Foreign Affairs on 23rd of February 2022 to dispatch a technical team to Bissau. Acting on the request of the team, further, the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, together with the Ministries of Finance and Economic Affairs and Ministry of Foreign Affairs, embarked upon a journey to Bissau on the 6th to 10th March 2022 for the inspection and assessment of the building and report back to relevant authorities in Banjul. Composition: Mr. Abdul Karim Cham, Principal Engineer, Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure; Mr. Tamsit Jawara, Senior Works Superintendent, Minister of Works; Mr. Yaya A. Kamara, Works Superintendent, Minister of Works; Mr. Mustafa Drame, Second Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs; and Mr. Amadou Lamimbaro, Finance Analyst, Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs. The team observed that there is no ambassador and staff resident built, and the overall site will have enough land available for use. The emphasis that the condition of the Chancery building has gone beyond a point of rehabilitation or renovation, works to be carried out. The building has a serious structural failure, which are visible and occurring due to the fact that the structure is not strong and tough enough to support the load due to either the size, the shape, or choice of materials. If there is a structure or component is not strong enough, catastrophic failure can occur when the structure is stressed beyond its crucial stress level. Moreover, the team noted that the reason for a failure is from fatigue and corrosion caused by the instability in the structural geometry, design, or material properties. These failures usually began with a crack from the stress point, such as at square corners or bolt holes too close to the material edge. The cracks grow as materials is repeatedly stressed and unloaded, silent loading, eventually reaching a critical length and causing the structure to suddenly fail under normal loading condition. Another reason for failure is caused by maintenance error, including improper section of materials, incorrect size, improper heat treating, failing to adhere to the design, or studio workmanship. This type of failure can occur at any time and is usually unpredictable when it's a perfect explanation for its current state, since it has been occupied since in its completion. Finally, another cause of failure could be from the use of defective materials. This type of failure is also unpredictable, since the material may have been improperly manufactured or damaged from prior use. The lack of consideration and unexpected problems. It can also occur if those who use and maintain the structure are not properly trained and overstress the structure. The building is at a dilapidated stage whereby everything is or has damaged, critical defects, such as toilet seats, wash hand basins, other fixtures, and electrical fittings, roof leakages, ceiling collapse, damaged walls, structural cracks, and termite infestations, etc. After a thorough assessment of the current state of the building, it can be said that the gypsum ceilings was not properly laid, hence leading to a whole building leakage. Most of the doors have been damaged, hinges locks or without handles, windows locks broken, glasses, frames, and seal contain wall glasses. The security of drivers' rooms construction outside are in the same condition as the Chancery building. The generator room is incompleted and the septic tank uncovered. The aesthetic values of the fence and gates installed are the only up to standard structures in the complex. There is no concrete pavement or green space. Landscaping within the outside of complex, the utility service of the building are not yet connected, leaving neither the water nor electricity present. The scope of the works in the Chancery as observed during the technical inspection teams: 1. Roof, dam roofing of wall, drainage system, general renovation, windows, doors, ceiling, tiling, electricity, and sanitary fittings. And the scope of the previous Chancery renovation works is as follows: the damp roofing of the wall, drainage system, sanitary fittings, and generally renovation, windows, doors, ceilings, tiling, electrical, sanitary, and fitting, and last, painting. Honorable Speaker, I will quickly refer the members to financing the projects on page 14. The Chancery Building investment is composed of steering of cars flow both in and out of the Embassy of the Gambia and to Guinea-Bissau, between the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs, and the contractor so-and-so, LDA, of the Guinea-Bissau, Sox Construction in Civil Engineering, and the Comercio El Industria that began in 2011. And this table shows the number of payments that have been made in July 12, 2011. They received about $2.9 million. In December 3rd, they received $818,000. In October 2012, they received about $2 million. And in May, they received about $678,000. In September, they received about $222,000. And also in January 28, 2016, they received about $261,000, amounting to $7,009,568,000 out of the $11 million. Further testimony received. His Excellency Ami Fabre, current ambassador, Guinea-Bissau High Excellency, the ambassador informed the committee that since she assumed office, she has very little knowledge about the projects. However, she stated that all efforts should be made to ensure that official documents are issued to the government of the Gambia through the embassy to adequately secure the property. 2, His Excellency Abdul Jaju, former Gambian ambassador to Bissau. The former ambassador stated that clearly that he was not the signatory to the contract with so-and-so. Instead, it was under the tenureship of Ambassador Max Axigay. 2, he revealed that to the committee that the land was obtained through a reciprocal agreement during this reign of Carlos Gomez Jr. as Prime Minister of Guinea-Bissau. 3, he additionally stated that it was part of the contractual agreement to award the construction of the Chancery Building to a construction company in Bissau, or in Guinea-Bissau. And finally, he promised to provide necessary documentation to the committee that will support investigation. 3, Mas Axigay, His Excellency Mas Axigay, former ambassador, Gambia ambassador to Bissau. His Excellency Gay informed the committee that he was appointed as an ambassador from 2010 to 2011. He agreed that the contract was signed by him on behalf of the Gambia. He revealed that the Chancery project emerged as a result of a reciprocal agreement. During his tenure, he explained to the committee he was constituted. Committee was constituted to oversee the contracting and construction of the Chancery. The committee was led by Mr. Abdul Jaju, his deputy ambassador, or His Excellency Abdul Jaju. So basically, the mission was visited by the delegation, and also we explained our reasons for going there, and also engaged the citizens. So achievements. Her Excellency informed the committee on key development that the embassy registered. The embassy ensured that the working condition of the staff in conducive and in a decent environment friendly. All operations at the embassy are now done digitally, and the staff salary, both local and home-based vendors payment done through electronic transfer to beneficial accounts. And the embassy is operating a cash transaction with OmniPlus platform on EcoBank. So basically, these are some of the successes. So far, so good when she get there. And Honorable Speaker, there are pictorial evidence of the meeting with the Gambian community in Bissau, and I think the details are there. And we also, as a Committee General Observation, I will take you to page 23, then conclude. Record has shown that the Chancery Building constructions was completed in 2016. Since then, there are no records to show that the official completion of the project. Additionally, the building has been occupied since then, has not been occupied since then. 2, the memorandum signed with the contractor indicate that the inspection team will be coming frequently prior to the expiration of the 45 days to assess the situation and the way forward. However, as seen in the report, the first inspection team visited Bissau on 26th of March 2014, which is 3 years from the commencement of the work. 3, so far, only a perimeter of good shape, in a good condition. 4, serious infestation of termites. Says was as a result of the absence of pre-treatment for the termites during the construction phase. And 5, furthermore, the gypsum ceilings was not properly laid, hence leading to the whole building leakages. Most of the doors have damaged, hinges locked or without handles with window locks. Broken glasses, frames, still contain wall glasses. 6, there is no concrete pavement or green space, landscaping within and outside of the complex. 7, the utility services of the building are not yet connected, leaving neither the water nor electricity present. 8, other structural damages observed include cracks on the wall and pillars. The ceilings is also coming down. The plastering are gradually eroding. Sanitary system is not yet installed. There is no readily available data at the Bissau Embassy on the number of Gambians living in abroad. In conclusion, construction and management of embassy building and facilities is fundamental, not only to ensure sound public fund management, but ensure security and safety of officials representing the country. It is considered the sovereign territory of a country's embassy, offering a degree of immunity from local laws under international diplomatic agreements, such as the Vienna Convention. However, the experience on the construction of Bissau Chancery Building project should serve as a lesson on contracting of any public building or facility charged under the consolidated fund. Significant resources have been expended, yet there has not been proper handling over notes to the current ambassador for the committee to assess the contracting process. We have recommendations. We recommend that the government of Gambia, through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Relations, and Gambians abroad, should immediately engage their counterpart in Bissau to obtain all official documents relating to the ownership of the land where the Chancery Building project is executed. With the current state of building, it would take nearly a cost of the project to renovate or rehabilitate the building. Therefore, the committee recommends that the building should be demolished and a new building be commenced. 3, the committee recommends that further works be carried out by a careful identifying competent contractors and consultants. 4, furthermore, the Ministry of Works and Finance should review the contractors' bids submission during the procurement processes to ensure quality assurance and value for money in future development. 5, the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure must be included in the awarding and implementation of any future contracts for the construction of chancelleries in Gambia's foreign mission. 6, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Generation Gambians abroad must ensure that official documents in the mission are properly kept and detailed handing over notes are presented for incoming diplomats to ensure a smooth transition. 7, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, International Relations Gambians abroad must ensure that all missions abroad have proper database of number of Gambians living in the regions they are serving. Finally, 8, on birth registration or obtaining national identity document for Gambians living in Bissau, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs should work with relevant authorities to address this matter. This is a concern that it has been raised during our interface with the Gambian community. Very wise as Minister representative to really put that thing part of our recommendation to form part of the Assembly decision. Honorable Speaker, this annex gives us the list of witnesses that we have interacted with. 1, Her Excellency Ambassador Infa Bray, Ambassador to Guinea-Bissau, Miss His Excellency Deputy Ambassador, Ambassador Abdou Jaju, former Ambassador to Guinea-Bissau, Lamin Kamara, former Finance Attaché, His Excellency Mas Axel Gay, former Gambian Ambassador, Mr. Ibrahim Akoli, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Minister of Trade, Works and Infrastructure, Transport Works and Infrastructure, rather, Mr. Mustafa Dabo, Principal Engineer, Motai, Mr. Abdul Karim Cham, Director of Technical Service, Motai, Mr. Ansumana Mane, the Secretary to Gambian Committee in Bissau, and finally, Mr. Lamin Jame, Head of Organizing Committee, Gambian Committee in Bissau. Honorable Speaker, there are pictorial evidence on the current status quo of the building in Bissau. Annex 2 is the damaged ceiling leakages and the doors of the building infested by termites. If you turn to page 27, you see the plot of land that is still readily available for more construction sites. And under it is the guard room. And finally, this is the external view of the Chancellery building of the Gambian Embassy in Bissau. Honorable Speaker, at the last page is also a pictorial evidence of the available landscape that we are having currently in Bissau. It could be used for other purposes. So, Honorable Speaker, with this remark, I thank you so much for giving me the floor. And also I thank my members for understanding with us in terms of providing the document for them. Thank you so much. I beg to move.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee. Any seconder honorable members? Sami. Honorable member for Sami.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. The report before us is the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs. The report to the committee, visit to Gambia, Guinea-Bissau. Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the chair and all the members. Honorable Chair, Speaker, as I put it earlier on, this report is too bulky. It's just right now, this report is given to the members. It would have been better if this report is given to members since in the morning. We will do justice on it. But it is going to be very difficult at this juncture to look at this and make just on it. Honorable Speaker, when you look at the report, the main objective why they go to Guinea-Bissau is that because there is a project that they want to go and see. Honorable Speaker, there is a committee, monitoring committee. I think this should have been a joint committee, Honorable Speaker. Because there is a committee responsible for capital projects in the Gambia and outside. How can this committee alone go to visit a project? Honorable Speaker,
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Honorable Speaker, I believe every committee submitted their proposals to the Bureau of Committees. And this was debated at the Bureau of Committees, and they saw it that it's fit for the Foreign Affairs Committee to go on this mission because we requested based on our engagement with the Foreign Ministry. So I don't think we can labor on that. Let's focus on the report.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me the floor. I know you are part of the committee. That's why you want to back yourself. But if you could remember, Honorable Speaker, I was part of this. I was part of the monitoring committee. We went to during the 5th legislature. We went to Senegal, but it was a joint committee. Honorable Speaker, that's not interesting. Let me continue. Let me continue, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable, please. You see, I think when the honorable member for Central Badibu interjected, that should have ended the scene. Because we are now crying over spilled milk. The thing is done and gone, and it went through a process that all of us almost participated. If there are errors now, we will look into the future to correct those ones. Let's go into the substantive issues now. Please.
Thank you. This is also part of the substantive issue. Honorable Speaker, there is a committee that is responsible for capital projects. Honorable Speaker, and when the question that I want to ask the mover is that during their visit, did they go with the Ministry of Transport and Works? Did they go with them there? That's another question that I want to ask the mover. Because you cannot go to a project site and leave, and you also indicated in your report, according to them, when they visited the project site the other time, the Ministry of Transport and Foreign Affairs, they visited there together. But I don't see that in your report indicating, because you list the names of people who you went with those things at the meeting. But Honorable Speaker, what I want to say is that definitely this report should have been given to members earlier so that we can look at it properly. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, thank you very much, Honorable Member for Sami. May I now put the question? It has been moved and seconded that this Honorable Assembly do consider the report of the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs Oversight Visit to the Gambia Mission in Bissau in April 2024. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, you know the time allotted to this debate is 1 hour. Already we have spent 53 minutes. So you barely have 7 minutes left. But we will want to extend it a while. So when you are intervening, you please summarize. Now you can summarize. We will want people, because it's a critical report, we will want people to put in something. Please. So let me. The Honorable Member for Woodley East.
2 minutes. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. My first observation, Honorable Speaker, is the contract amount is 125 million in CFA francs. How much is that in Gambian dollars? We don't know. You should have put it in bracket so that we know. Whatever we do, we put the dollars in there. That is our currency. Honorable Speaker, I believe the recommendations that are made are very valid because if we look at page 11, I believe it is page 11 that necessitates some of the recommendations. In page 11, the building has serious structural failures which are visible and occurring due to the fact that the structure is not strong and tough enough to support the load due to either its size, shape, or choice of material. So if you look at that, Honorable Speaker, and then you go to the recommendations on page 24, it is saying that with the current state of the building, it will take nearly the cost of the project to renovate or rehabilitate the building. Therefore, the committee recommends that the building should be demolished. So I strongly agree with that because if it is not demolished and the structure is not strong, it may fall on those who are there and even kill people. So this is a very dangerous building based on the report. So I strongly support what the committee is saying. Now my only problem is somebody must be responsible for this menace. And this money is a lot of money. The amount is not small. So when we brought this building down, we lose the money. Nobody is responsible for the failure of this project. The country is going to lose 125 million CFA francs. That is something that we need to look at. I believe there should be further investigation to know exactly what has happened, why this project from 2011 up to now cannot be completed. We must find out who is responsible of this, and if we know, necessary steps should be taken to address the situation. On that note, I thank you for the time.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Woodley East. Honorable Member for Latrikunda Sabiji.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. And I thank the member for giving us this report. Honorable Speaker, when government advertise contracts by way of bidding, contractors participated in that process. There is always what we call an evaluation, where all these bids will be submitted, evaluated, and who is more responsive to what we are looking for. That is either technical or financial requirement. By way of that, we are sure that we are coming to give this contract to a contractor that can be able to execute this. That's number one. Number two, when works are contracted, the client is always the government. Somebody supervises this work on behalf of government, which is called the consultant. Do you understand? From the foundation stage up to the finishing, handing over, the consultant was not able to report all of this to a whole government infrastructure until 125 billion CFA is lost. Now, the Honorable Chairperson is telling us we demolish that building and build another building so that Gambian taxpayers can lose 125 million. And what is so, in fact, so annoying is their recommendation. They can't even tell us to hold somebody accountable. Why can't you tell us to hold somebody accountable? Why can't you recommend to the National Assembly to open a parliamentary inquiry? You can observe me, please. Why can't you tell the National Assembly to open a parliamentary inquiry? Because all the people, the first visit, second visit, third visit, these people are all alive in this country. I know them, they're engineers in this country. And Max Asigay is alive. Why can't we open a parliamentary inquiry so that Gambian taxpayers' money, 125 million, will not be lost like that? So I am recommending to the National Assembly In the name of Allah, let's open a parliamentary inquiry and call these people so that this kind of thing will not happen again. And we disregard the recommendation, demolish and establish another one. So that we come into face, I don't know, spend another money into waste. So the National Assembly, I'm appealing, let's kindly open a parliamentary inquiry. All these people named here, I know the one, but they are alive. We call them so that we can know the root cause of this problem, then further we can make a recommendation as per our proceedings. Thank you very much. I did my recommendation. I can't recommend again. Or you want me to recommend 1,000 times?
I now thank you very much, member for Latrikunda Sabigi. I now invite the honorable member for Kiang West.
No observation. Honorable Speaker, thank you very much.
Kiang West, we are not writing any more names. We have more than enough. Time has elapsed. We have 8 people who are on the list. So when we exhaust that, we are just going back for these things. Yes, Kiang West.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. Let me thank my colleagues, Honorable Majority Leader, for the visit and for your report. I want to start with your objectives, your reasons for visit. I want to look at objective number 3. Use the embassy as a case study to understand the day-to-day operations of the Gambian foreign missions. What have you learned? And you open it to the wider space of other embassies, other missions, because you want to use this embassy as a case study. So now, you've learned from this embassy. How did you reconcile that with the activities of the other foreign missions? And how did you come to the conclusion from using this as a case study to assess the activities of other foreign missions? Would this be a very fair objective? Is this an achievable objective? I'm not sure this objective is achievable. Look at only Bissau Embassy to assess the foreign missions of other countries. I think you need to look at data, and I think that is one of the reasons it is not captured in both your conclusion and your recommendation. And your objective cannot be overshadowed. Honorable Speaker, going through some of the lapses, the challenges we have under Bissau. Honorable Speaker, general observation number 9. There is no readily available data.
Turns to the page first.
Page 23. Observation number 9. There is no readily available data at the Bissau Embassy on number of Gambians living in Bissau. What of other countries under the jurisdiction of Bissau mission? You've not mentioned that. Are there any readily available data of those countries? Because the countries you've talked about here, there is no readily available data for the Gambians living in Bissau. But what of the other countries that are under the jurisdiction of Bissau mission? Have you looked at that? If you have, what is the status of that? Honorable Speaker, constraints, which is page 19. Constraint number 2.
delays in accessing the salaries, especially locally recruited staff, sometimes home-based staff, and other charges. Honorable Speaker, we need to have a look at this. This is not acceptable, and it cannot give a good name to our embassy. We cannot recruit staff as a whole mission, as a whole country, under our mission. And there is a challenge for those people to access their monthly pay, their monthly take home, as responsible, employees. If there is a lapses in the service of those employees, I think it's better we terminate their services. But they are still under employment and they have challenges or delays in them receiving their salaries. And what causes that delay is not captured in the report. That has to be looked at, and we want to know what causes that delay. Difficulties, number 4, difficulties in getting refunds for children's school fees. You send people on missions, and it is part of the requirement to cater for their children school fees to be paid, and they pay that, and they find challenges for you to refund. That is unacceptable. Any one of us here, after your parliamentary term, if you are sent on mission and this situation happens to you, you are going to complain bitterly about it. And there are colleagues of yours who were in this parliament and they are on missions today. They are facing these challenges. What is your step towards that? It's a question for you, Honorable Majority Leader. Difficulties in getting medical bills refund, the same issue. Professionalism and discipline in human resources, what do you mean by that? That is very vague. When you say professionalism and discipline in human resources, I don't understand what do you mean by that. Are you telling us that the employees under the mission lacks the professionalism and discipline? Or what do you mean by this? Please, can you please elaborate more about it? Honorable Speaker, let me go down to conclusion as you indicate earlier on that we have a limited time. In the conclusion, we have numerous challenges in the report. But look at the conclusion, Honorable Speaker. We expect the conclusion to tell us about what has been assessed and observed, and what is your conclusion towards that. But look at the conclusion, which has only touched on the infrastructure, which is the Chancellery building. The conclusion reads, construction and management of embassy building and facilities is fundamental, not only to ensure sound public funds management, but ensure security and safety of officials representing the country. It is considered the foreign territory of a country's embassy, offering a degree of immunity from local laws under international diplomatic agreements, such as the Vienna Convention. However, the experience on the construction of the Bissau Embassy Chancellery project should serve as a lesson on the contracting of any public building or facility charged under the consolidated fund. Sufficient resources have been expended, yet there has yet not been proper handing over notes to contract to current ambassador for the committee to assess the contracted. The conclusion is only about
Honorable, I don't think you are fair to others. You could have just quoted, you have just made reference to that.
Perfect.
Yes, and then you make your comments. But
yes,
you want to read the whole thing again, and then we still have people comment.
I just want to qualify what I'm saying. Honorable members, the conclusion is only about one activity. And I think it would be fair to have the conclusion to touch on other issues that you've also highlighted on. That is going to be something very important. I have many issues, but then I would stop here, and I know others might have some other observations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Kiang West. I now invite the Honorable Member for Fonyi Bintang.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, my only worry is we received the committee report just when majority leader was about to conclude. And in so doing, I wonder what can we actually contribute in that kind of situation, which I definitely want to look into. Because,
Honorable,
yes, Honorable.
Honorable, we have addressed that issue.
You and who?
Take your seat. I told you this is not a local bantaba. I told you this. Honorable, we have addressed that issue. It was raised here that some members don't have copies. And I said it will not be fair for us to continue whilst others have and others don't have. Unless and until those who don't have agree that the honorable chairperson was reading the report, whether they are comfortable with it. If they are not comfortable, we will stop. If they are comfortable, we will continue. And they said they are comfortable. So we cannot come back to that.
Honorable Speaker, that has been said. And then I rest my case because I cannot contribute in such a debate.
Honorable Member for Nyamina West.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I join my colleagues to also give a little contribution to this report. I first thank the committee, the chairman, for tabling this report. And I also have to do justice to say a big thank to the ministries concerned, because I have seen a lot of visits. But notwithstanding, coming straight, I want to look at the challenges. The challenges number one, that the committee could not meet the contractors, the consultants, or supervisors, etc. Yet, a lot of efforts were done. We would want you to expand this, why you were not able to. And that, what will be the next after you left with the officials on the ground, that is our embassy and our ambassador, to follow up from those people. Because they cannot be they cannot just go away with this thing like that. Now, coming to the where you have the missions, observations and recommendations, page 10. Number 10, finally the entire house furniture inherited by the new ambassador are in a very bad and depleted conditions, which needs an urgent attention. Like we said, these are our officials in the foreign, and they need to be well taken care of. I also join my chairman to plead with the government of the Gambia. Sometimes we think that these personnel outside in the embassy are in heaven, but these sometimes can look different. That's why these visits are very important. And I urge the committee to take the bold lead to be visiting in other sister countries that are not yet visited, because there are a lot of concern issues that are behind the scenes that we cannot address and we cannot see except we make such visits. Now, coming to page 15, where you have further testimonies received. Number one, Her Excellency Ami Fabre, current Gambia's ambassador to Bissau. That's with the ambassador said she has little knowledge about this project going on. I need more explanation, because as an officer, the highest officer in that land, we have such a project and very big, mighty land given to us, or we acquire this type of land. If I were the officer there, after my office work, this would have been the first duty I would have followed. So what does it it mean there? Does it mean that there was no proper handing over, or no documents should be going frequent? Check number 4, Committee's General Observation. Number 2. What informs this? Why? Inspections should be done frequently, but then project started and you could not go for inspection until after 3 years. What do you expect to get from that project? And now that I can see series of inspections after that 4 years. To gather all those monies for those inspections now to correct the problem. Okay, and then the data number 9, there I will sister countries for such I beg my leave. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member for Nyamina West. I now invite the Honorable Member for Fonyi Kansala.
Or the National Assembly, that as per their recommendation, they only went to inspect the building. Because if you look at the recommendation itself, it is only talking about the building and issues of the building. When you look at the findings that they have made about the staffs, none of those are I am suggesting for them to add the issues of delays of payments of local staffs and sometimes even home staffs, so that they will be able to at least talk to the relevant department or the ministry concerned to be able to handle this. And again, also in the said, okay, it has to be entirely destroyed. But when the staffs are also facing trouble. So I think the committee alone, if the objective is very clear, we should not only concentrate on your visit to Bissau on only issues of what we talk about is I agree with Honorable Latikunda Sabi. All these people that are mentioned, they are in this country. And I consulted, what was it take? It's 0. Your report is half-heartedly done. And I believe it's high time for us to regularize it. Secondly, the former ambassador also was engaged. If I'm right, Nothing was said about him. Nothing was said this. You know, the issue at hand is I'm worried. I am worried in this report, and I think generally the National Assembly the committee should go and do their homework properly. They have not given us a befitting report that will solve our issue, nothing about him. Are we really serious? So I think, Honorable Speaker, I will gently submit myself. That I'm asking the General Committee and the National Assembly members, let us push this report back to the Foreign Affairs. Let them go and do their homework. You are believed and entrusted as National Assembly representative of the people.
Please summarize. You are almost saying the same thing.
We are.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, we want to thank all the people who intervened. People have issues on the objective. Main target. The facility was why we went out, because we don't want our taxpayers money to go in vain like that. So this is one of the things that shows that the former government was very irresponsible. All happens. This is a clear manifestation, because this is not new. The report has shown that. So what we need to do now, as a committee, if you feel that there is a recommendation in the report that is not captured, let's capture it. Us, the financial attache. There are a lot of concerns raised. Right now, he is not working, and he has been recalled from Guinea-Bissau sitting at home, paid by the government. So the government must take an action. Either it's a waste of state resources and the people concerned. It was very difficult for us to establish like certain people to meet, and we said it's a challenge for us. We tried how many days to call them on telephone. We could not access them. So we still have a challenge. If you believe that you want to still mandate the committee or a joint committee.
May I now invite the mover of the report to respond to issues and wind up the debate.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I think the last speaker that spoke before that has spoken has already Honorable Member Fasami we've ruled out that this has been blessed by the Bureau of Conference of Bureau. For the list of witnesses, we invite the Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure to give us an idea. Yes, Honorable Member Woolley, about the 2100. $11 million. And what has been disbursed is up to recommend for demolition, and which I strongly recommend, support that. In favor. Of course, Latrikuna Savaji, the consultant is from Bissau. So that really make it very tricky. They made condition that the contractor must be a Bissau Guinean, and also a certain degree of backing up. I wouldn't say backing, but immunity as a it's just that the parliamentary are not contractors, but maybe you will look into that. To assess how other embassies are facing the operational nature of the embassies, the constraint. One thing about this foreign mission, one issue, if you go to any mission, is perennial to others. What you find, for instance, in Guinea-Bissau, even if you go to Abuja, or you go to France, you can see that not availability of data, of course, it's a concern. We also made it to, we also put it to them that it should be unacceptable for you to be representing Gambians here without having data. You must interact with the public and allow them to come and register. With you to know how many are they. And of course, the delay also pay that. Yes, there are challenges in school fees. Like I said, it's perennial. It's not only to specific to Bissau. Brussels are comparing the same thing. France are comparing the same thing. So it's about we, our foreign committee, to read. If I cannot be a summary of everything. Issue of the building is more central. That is why we focus on the building. But of course, the human the human resource aspect of it has been really dished out in the report to show that what we are facing. And Fonyi Binta withdrew, of course, and Nyamina. That has posed challenges in terms of getting him on board. Yeah. The furniture of the ambassador, of course. That's why in our recommendation is there that when an ambassador is exiting, the incoming ones should have that kind of 1 month of handing over period, so that it could give you a safe landing to start and also understand what are you taking over. There must be an inventory, of all the equipment, everything. You need to also have it as a disposal, that I am taking over with this amount of
I gave you permission to talk, and you talk, I listen. I am responding, you are talking. Anyway, what you are saying is to a parliamentary inquiry. If you are listening to us, we will be better informed when the ministry does their job, and they bring out these things to us, and then A, B, and C, then Parliament will decide whether we make a parliamentary inquiry or not. That one is finished. No debate on it. Clerk, may we proceed?
Bill. Withdrawal of a bill pursuant to Order 76. Withdrawal of the Local Government Amendment Bill 2024 by the Honorable Yaya Sanyang, member for Latrikunda Sabiji.
Honorable members, you will recall that the first reading of the Local Government Amendment Bill 2024 was done on Monday, 3rd March 2025. And today is appointed for the second reading in accordance with Order 67 of our standing orders. However, just before today, my office received a request from the Honorable Member for Latrikunda Sabiji, the person in charge of the Local Government Amendment Bill 2024, to withdraw the said bill in accordance with Order 76 of our standing orders. Therefore, I will now invite the Honorable Member for Latrikunda Sabiji to move a motion for the withdrawal of the bill entitled Local Government Amendment Bill 2024. Honorable Member for Latrikunda Sabiji.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable members of the National Assembly, as quoted by the Honorable Speaker, I want to withdraw my bill.
No, sorry, Speaker, before you withdraw.
I'm not allowing you, please. I'm withdrawing my bill titled Amendment to Local Government Act based. Yes. Yes, I am moving a motion to withdraw my bill based on two issues.
Please,
Number one,
order.
Number one, on technicalities, I observe and I made consultation with the drafting department, the observation holds. Number two, I have 3 other bills before the National Assembly and I want to lay all the bills the same day. Thank you very much.
The member for Latrikunda Sabiji is the person in charge of the bill. That's critical. And he has enumerated reasons for us why he is withdrawing. Now, any seconder to the motion? Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to second the withdrawal of Honorable Member of Latrikunda's bill because the reasons that he explained are very real, and this was a bill that was brought to us before. So if he feels that there are some technical issues with it, he has all right to withdraw, and we give him chance to bring it in the future. Maybe he wants to develop it better. Thank you.
Honorable members, for us, honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that the bill entitled Local Government Amendment Bill 2024 be withdrawn from the Assembly. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. No. The ayes have it. Some of honorable members, please. My response was the ayes have it. That's what I said. Yes, honorable. My problem actually is, honorable members, if you say let him not withdraw, who is going to table it? So it's not reasonable for you to say that we call for division. Honorable, yes?
Honorable Speaker, of course we will allow him.
We
will allow him to withdraw, but we think that the explanation is not sufficient for withdrawal. That's why we said we are not going to allow him to withdraw.
What I'm saying is, honorable, when you don't allow him, he's the one in charge. He's the one who tabled it. And then if you don't allow him, who will table it? Yes?
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for giving me the floor. Like you rightly said, of course, he is the primary sponsor of the bill, and if he deem it fit at any stage, pursuant to standing order, he's right. But also, we are of the belief that once the bill is before Parliament, it becomes the Parliament's bill. So he's just there as a figurehead to push it. So the bill is belongs to Parliament now, no more him. So I think, with all fairness, we'll allow him to withdraw and let him come back and then face us again. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, I think you could do, if you want to hear more information, is to allow a debate on it. And then you express something and he will respond. But for you to say no, and then if you are in his boots, he will not come and table it. I don't know how you're going to continue. So, honorable members, I think we agree that it has been withdrawn. Please. Let me thank all of you. Today we are alone. It's only members. Let me thank the honorable member for Latrikunda Sabegi for boldly coming forward to recognize that the bill had some shortfalls and he is withdrawing it, and for you accepting it. Honorable members, on that note, I now put the question. Be resolved that this August Assembly do stand adjourned until Monday, 10th March 2025. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. This Assembly now stand adjourned until Monday, 10th March 2025 at 10 a.m. prompt.